Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Destination Truth. I apologize, it has been a while since I uploaded a video, but I've been really busy with work. Effectively, I'm in this kind of like startup position. Basically, I made my own company, and it has nothing to do with Destination Truth, sadly. And so I'm working very hard, and it's like a survival thing. Like, if I don't make this startup work, I might have to move out of where I live in San Francisco. So hopefully you understand. Anyways, guys, today I was at a tech conference, which is not uncommon for me, and I saw something very sad. And the reason I bring it up is because it was perhaps the 100,000th time I saw something very sad that mattered enough that it culminated in me deciding right now, today, that I'm going to do my best. I'm going to play my part in sharing why San Francisco is simply hopeless. It has become a shithole, and it is not on track to fixing that anytime soon. So I'm going to share the story of what it is that I saw that was so sad that I decided I am going to take my own stab at a mini documentary as to what is wrong with San Francisco, why it will never change, and how it got this way. Okay? And the sad thing is, there is no silver lining. It's not getting better. It's not. And on top of that, it's going to get worse. And it's going to get a hell of a lot worse if it ever gets better. If it's going to get better, it's got to get so bad that people are willing to be like, all right, just forget all the other BS that we tried. Forget it. Let's do something real, finally. Because, to be honest with you, the solutions are simple. I know what they are. Most people with a brain and common sense do, but the left lack common sense and usually try to combat people that use common sense because they're hate mongers or racist, bigots, sexist, misogynist, you name it. Anyways, so here's the story, guys. I was at this tech conference, which was, I'll let you know what it was. It was Health Plus Startup festival. So it's actually Startup Plus Health Festival, and it's actually really big and mainstream. It's huge. In fact, it's one of the biggest conferences for health startups in the United States. So there were some big people there with a lot of money. It was sponsored by the Rockefellers, I believe, or I'm sorry, JP Morgan. JP Morgan was one of the main sponsors of this event, and one of the keynotes was Joe Biden's wife, and last year it was Joe Biden himself. Okay, so anyways, during this conference, I was helping with a couple of things, one being event photography, and helping a buddy of mine run a business that was catering the event as well. So anyways, I got a phone call from my business associate, and I went to the upstairs window and looked out, and I was overseeing the back of the building. And the back of the building oversaw an alleyway where everything is loaded into this venue. And while on the phone, I watched these two homeless men doing something, and it took me a while to realize just what they're doing, but they were injecting each other, or one of them was injecting his buddy, and then afterwards injecting himself. And I knew that's what they had done because after the guy, the second guy that was injecting both of them, after he injected himself, it took him nearly a whole minute or two to remove the needle from his own arm and basically immediately pass out. So I knew it was heroin, because it took him a hell of a long time to basically move his arm out of his arm and drop the needle less than, inches from himself. So that was still a hazard to him in case he rolled onto that needle. But anyways, it was depressing because I was at this amazing event for the country for health initiatives, and one of those health initiatives was, believe it or not, the addiction crisis, the opioid crisis, which thank God the country is at least taking Trump seriously on that, because they fight him on everything. Okay, so I just stood there on the phone, realizing that that's happening right in front of me, and this guy, basically passed out so immediately. It looked to me like, wow, is that what an overdose looks like, when you pass out like just almost in just seconds after injecting, you're unconscious to the point where you can't even remove the needle from your arm, so it was kind of just shaking. It shook me in a way, because it's like, this is happening literally feet, like maybe 12 feet from this huge conference of at least 1,000 people, probably closer to 2,000. Honestly, somewhere between 1 and 2, but I don't know. Anyway, that's what happened. And the thing is, it was not just that. It was a culmination of my memories throughout my life of childhood, when the city was still pretty good up until today, and how it looks today, and how shitty San Francisco is today. So, yeah, I don't really see any other choice. There's no one, literally, I had to look at a bunch of articles, and I've already done it, so I'm already serious about this, about making my own documentary, about this crisis. And so I looked at some articles, recent articles about what the city is doing. And sure enough, I was right. They're doing exactly what I predicted, which is a bunch of, Democratic, left-wing bullshit that doesn't solve the problem at all. At all. What they're doing in fact is throwing money at a problem, knowing full well it's not going to do a damn thing, for 2 reasons. One, it keeps degrading life for these people here, because they know that they don't want to improve people's life, because that's a huger problem that would take a coordinated effort by everyone, which is not the initiative of globalists right now. So that's not going to happen. We're not going to actually solve the problem. So what they're going to do instead is throw money at it, so that it looks like everyone that has enough money to throw money at the problem, they get to virtue signal. They get to say, we're not part of the problem, we're part of the solution. Look at what we're doing. Oh yeah, we're the good guys. And then everyone else gets to look like, oh, they're just, too poor, or they don't care, whatever. If only everyone would give some money to these poor people, we would fix it. But we just can't, with the millions and millions of dollars thrown at this problem every year, more than any other city in the country, including New York. Did you know that? Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to dive into what the left has been doing, actual specifics. But in a nutshell, it's exactly what I just said. They throw tons of money at it, and that money translates into, guess what? More homeless people. More, not less, more. Not more homes. Even if there are more homes, guess what those homes result in? More homeless people staying here in the city. I'm not going to tell you what the solution is, because the solution is easy to guess. And it is not violent, it is very civil and very clean. And it's very easy. And it involves something very simple called collaboration between people or cities. Okay? And it's been done before, which is another reason why I know the solution, is because I've seen it effective in other cities in the greater Bay Area. So, anyways, I will be diving into that. This is the entire point of this mini documentary that I will be making. And the name of it, it will be Hopeless San Francisco. That's it, guys. I apologize for the long rant, but it's about time that someone tells the truth about the problem here in San Francisco, how we got here, where it's going, and what the actual solutions should be. Okay? So that's it. The actual documentary will be fantastic, I assure you. It'll be probably only 10 minutes long, hopefully. But I intend to actually put some real effort into it, and I apologize I don't have time to do this right away, but it will be within the next 2 weeks. So anyways, I'm saying it now, so please follow, like, and subscribe my channel if you want to see that documentary. I'm gonna share the hell out of it because I can't monetize